Shalom, family. This is me, Mary C, coming to you yet again with another video. I wish that this one here was going to be on a positive note. Well, I guess you could say it is somewhat, because I'm hoping that I can leave you with some information at the end of this video that may save somebody's life. I found myself listening to the news past few days and getting a little bit angry. And I'll tell you why. Let me give you some of the headlines that we've been faced with past few days. This is the top one for me. More than 60 people have been killed in this 2022 blizzard that has been wreaking havoc across the United States. More than 60 people killed. Okay? And I want to say that the reason why I'm angry is because when we are prepared for things that are headed our way, we can better survive. And all I've been trying to do is talk to people about surviving what's coming our way. And this is one of those things that I listen to the headlines, to the things that have been going on these past few days with this storm that they're calling Elliott. Okay. And I think, my goodness, some of these deaths could have been prevented. They could have been prevented, and that's why I'm angry about it. So let me just kind of read through some of the headlines that we've been dealing with the past few days, right? It says a deadly dark winter has set in. That's me speaking. But this is what they've reported. Historical extratropical bomb cyclone blizzard. Okay? With winter weather advisories that are still being issued as I tape this video. Okay, so family, be careful out there. Please be careful. Again, more than 60 people were killed in this blizzard that has been wreaking havoc across the United States. Nationwide temperatures have plummeted and huge snowdrifts left cities in total whiteouts with no power. These are some of the headlines. Thousands left in the dark and cold, with thousands of flights canceled. Folks have been left with broken pipes, which left thousands without running water. Okay? They're saying that this was the coldest Christmas in living memory in the United States. And folks, we suffered ice storms, whiteouts, and ferocious sub-zero winds. These are some of the things that have been listed as headlines, but we've seen it. We've seen it, individuals have recorded videos on for their YouTube channels and their other social media. We see the huge snow drifts. We've seen the folks that are dealing with the ice, and we've seen it. We've seen a lot within the past few days of this extreme weather. Okay. You know what they're also suggesting? They're also suggesting that these extreme weather temperatures, are also going to affect those who are dealing with food insecurities. Okay, which you can kind of see, because I did see some of the headlines that we're talking about after the storm hit, and people were able to actually dig out a little bit. They went where would they go? They went to the grocery stores. Okay, they went to the grocery stores. Many folks were unprepared, and so they had little in the house before the storm, and then after the storm hit and they were able to dig out, they were with less. Okay, so they went running to the stores, and there were lines at many of these places. Outside of the doors, there were lines of folks standing, waiting to get into the store. Although folks were, polite about it, and they were saying that they didn't mind waiting because they were out. They didn't have one of the main things that I noticed that people were talking about that they were missing was milk, bread, and eggs. Bread and milk were probably the top two, but eggs were also mentioned in there as well. So then they span the camera around. You see all these long lines of folks standing waiting to get these items. Oh, and toilet paper. Forgot about that. Can't forget about the toilet paper, especially after what we went through in the past few years with the pandemic and what have you. So we can't forget about the toilet paper, but they were looking for toilet paper as well. So what they did show were many of the shelves, and I'll try and put images along the way here. But what they were showing is many of the shelves were bare. Many of the shelves were bare. So it says, one of the headlines said, severe weather ignites a food crisis, leaving many grocery stores shelves bare. So, family, this was just a quick video, and me coming to you and saying, do what you have to do to survive. Do what you have to do to survive. That's what this is all about, surviving and being ready for whatever comes our way as best you can. You can't prep for everything and for every instance, but you can sure get yourself ready. You can surely get to the point where you can try your best to beat the odds of to live for whatever is coming. Be prepared as best you can. I really I hurt for these families who have lost loved ones during this Storm Elliott. I do. I know that there's one young lady who lost her life in her car. She died trying to wait out the storm in her car, and that hurt me to hear that. Extra blankets, anything for survival. I'm going to go over a list in a few minutes. Anything to help you survive is something that's better than nothing at all. Okay, so do something. Heed the warnings when you hear people tell you to prep. Heed it, because it could mean your life. Okay, and then I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to give you a list real quick. And this is what I want to say. In all of this madness of this Storm Elliott, there was good news that came through, and that was one young lady took in a person that was outside of her home that could have died, and he was calling for help. They went out and did the right thing. Brought this elderly man into their home and treated him as best they could. They did what the Bible tells us to do. Just love your neighbors as you would love yourself, and they did exactly that. This young lady and her young man. And you'll see that on the news as well, where if it had not been for her, this man may have died. If it had not been for her and her young man, this man may have died. So there's still good people on this earth. The Father still has his family here. So do good when you can, because it means the world to others. It meant the world to his sister who was happy that someone was there for her brother, and it meant the world to me to see that kind of care and love going out, because that's what this world is about. We need to love on one another. So let me get to the important part about surviving. If you have to go out, be safe, family. If you have to go out in a storm like Elliott, be safe. If you don't have to go out, stay home and stay warm. Do what you can to survive there. But if you have to go out and you're in your vehicle, make sure you have extra blankets. I'm going to give you a list right now. Extra blankets. Have some food that you can munch on and to wait whatever it is that you have to wait out. Make sure that you have water also. Make sure you have flashlights. They have these little packages that they call warm hands and warm feet. Put some of those in your car. And you just shake them or you bend them or whatever, and you can keep your hands and your feet a little bit warmer. Bring in your car, always have in your car extra clothes, hats and gloves and extra socks, a sweater, extra sweaters. If you have to, put an extra coat in your car. Make sure that you have some good walking boots that will keep your feet warm, that will keep your feet dry if you have to go outside of your car. Make sure that you have some type of a cell phone charger so that you can call for assistance, that you can keep people abreast of what's going on with you until help gets to you or arrives to where you're located. Make sure that you have a portable shovel in your car, a first aid kit of, I already talked about lights, flashlights, so I'm going to say it again, maybe some sand, a bucket of sand or a bag of sand or kitty litter in case you need to use that to for traction or what have you. An ice scraper. Make sure that you have, if you can, put a little bucket in there and some garbage bags so that you can go potty if you needed to. In the event that you're stranded for a while, make sure that you have your battery charger. And if you need to, depending on the area that you're in, make sure that you have some type of a weapon to protect yourself if need be. Now, this is just a short list. You can add to this list as you like, but the whole thing about it, the main topic I'm trying to share here is for you to survive. Do what you have to do. Prepare ahead of time. It might just save your life. Shalom, family. I love you all. Just want you to survive. Shalom.